Ryan Reynolds says Justin Baldoni can't sue him over hurt feelings. Before we get into this, in case we lose this place, be sure to find me elsewhere where I will continue to be reporting on all of this. Today, Ryan Reynolds and his legal team filed a motion to dismiss Baldoni's complaint against him, arguing the claims have no merit. According to Reynolds' attorneys, Mike Gottlieb and Ezra Hudson, Baldoni's claims that Reynolds allegedly called Baldoni a predator in private conversations don't legally qualify as defamation. They said Baldoni can't sue him over hurt feelings. In their filing to have the lawsuit dismissed, they said the entirety of Mr. Baldoni's case appears to be based on Mr. Reynolds allegedly privately calling Mr. Baldoni a predator. But here's the problem. That is not defamation unless they can show that Mr. Reynolds did not believe that statement to be true. The complaint doesn't allege that. In fact, it suggests the opposite, that Mr. Reynolds genuinely believes Mr. Baldoni is a predator. They went on, Mr. Reynolds has a First Amendment right to express his opinion of Mr. Baldoni, which should be comforting to a group of people who have repeatedly called Ms. Lively and Mr. Reynolds bullies and other names over the past year. And then they said it would be perverse to permit Mr. Baldoni to build an entire brand, complete with a podcast, TED Talk, and books, off of his confessions of repeatedly mistreating women, only to turn around and sue Mr. Reynolds for $400 million for simply pointing out in private what Mr. Baldoni has bragged about in public. They said the claims filed against Mr. Reynolds are simply a list of grievances attempting to shame him for being the man Mr. Baldoni has built his brand pretending to be, a man who is confident enough to listen to the woman in his life. So Reynolds' attorney said a lot of things in this filing, but their argument that Baldoni's claims that he said this in private is not defamation could technically be true, because like they said, if Reynolds believed it to be true, then it is not defamation. But they have focused mainly on that part of the lawsuit against Reynolds, and there are other parts as well. So it is unlikely that the entirety of the lawsuit will be dismissed. But I suppose we'll see.